So the world is now looking, and they are seeing what a so-called pastor is doing, and they see what a Muslim did. On a normal ground, would that not make the person feel like, if this is how Christians act, I'd rather be a Muslim? So then, is somebody like Suleman actually playing a role in promoting Christianity? Or is it playing a role in making people feel like Christianity is not the right way? Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Suleman. So the other day I made a video about Suleman picking up Amos, and Amos was in custody and all of that. And I basically, for anyone that does not know, I'll put a link to that video so you can check it out. It's a boy that used to work in Suleman's house, and you know, it's a long story, right? So this boy doesn't live in Nigeria, he lived in Dubai. He went to Nigeria to visit, and Suleman got him picked up and locked up, right? I don't want to go into that one. I can put the video, you can check it out to just get a feel of what this story is about. I actually got to know about this story last week. You know, somebody left a comment and said, oh, Sama, did you know that Joseph has been picked up by Suleman? And picked up by Suleman, because normally when I post a video, I typically kind of wait and reply to the first few comments. So I saw that comment, I was like, you know, sometimes you don't know whether the comment is true or something. So I had to make phone calls, and I confirmed it was true. So straight away I said I was going to make a video about it, but I never got the chance. If you guys have noticed, I'm not really that constant on my channel anymore. It's a long story, I will explain, you know, later. You know, there's just so much I'm doing at the moment that's not making it possible for me to post as much as I used to do. So, but I still try to post once in a while. I never got the chance to make the video. So eventually I made the video. And in that video I said, I don't blame Suleman. You know, I blame the corruption in Nigeria. If Nigeria, I said in that video, I said if Nigeria was a sane society, there is no reason why Suleman should be able to pick this boy up. And I said that, you know, it would take one day for somebody to wake up and say, enough is enough of Suleman. Suleman has arrested Stephen Otobo. Suleman has arrested, do you know how many people has arrested Joseph? Was it Joseph? I think Joseph has been arrested before. Amos, his brother, has been arrested. Israel Balogu, a YouTuber, was arrested. And I said in that video, I said, look, Suleman is never the president of the country. He's not the governor. He's just one local man. One local man in one bush in Auchi that is terrorizing people like this. That, you know, let me not go into all of that. And I literally made that video saying that it takes people rising up and saying, somebody in power, someone that has, you know, someone in authority, somebody in power, waking up and saying, you know what, enough is enough, Suleman. I literally made that video. After I made my video, I'll let you guys have a look at this video.
Those of you who are underrating women when it comes to politics, you have no idea the action they can bring. She came and she brought action, letting them know what it means to detain somebody for this long. This is why I joined politics. And guess what? This just made me renew my commitment. We're not going to stop. This injustice must stop in our nation. You come out as a pastor, you are shouting no Muslim, Muslim ticket. And yet you that is a pastor, you are the one going around arresting people and detaining them. Shame on you. We are fighting against injustice. We are saying there should be no Muslim ticket in this election. And pastors, you climb the altar, you are shouting. And yet you detain somebody. Every day you are changing it. You detain him, take him to court, let's see what happens. Charge him to court, let the court decide if he's guilty. But no, you bribe all the whole police. Every one of those police officers that collected bribe, they will vomit it. We just started. You detain him since Tuesday, today is Saturday. If not by push, by force, they will not have released him. You put him in detention for nothing. And you say you are a pastor, you are a man of God. I thought you pray to God. When we speak, people say don't speak, don't do pastor. So I'm only allowed to speak against politicians. I just came from AIT show. I spoke against every politician who is doing the wrong thing. So as a pastor, if you do the wrong thing, I will speak against you. Let me hear that man of God mention no Muslim ticket. I will personally disgrace you in public. I am pissed off. I am mad. This is why we join politics. Because of injustice. Because you have money, because you have connection. You detain somebody who did not commit any crime. You say for defamation. Defamation is not an arrestable crime. If somebody defame you, you go to court, you file a civil case. If the judge finds him guilty, he pays the penalty or the fine. But no, because you think you have police, every single police officer who collected money, you will vomit it. I'm telling you, I'm not going anywhere. You will vomit that money. The case will begin this week. What arrant nonsense.
Yes. You know, this man made some important points, especially when he said, we are saying no Muslim ticket. then you look at the actions of a so-called Christian. I put it in quote because not everybody that claims to be a Christian is a Christian. What is Christianity? What is Christianity? Christianity is about following the life and teachings of Christ. Who are Christians? Those that follow the life and teachings of Christ. Ask yourself, is Suleman following the life and teachings of Christ? Ask yourself that question. So then you decide from that, is Suleman a Christian? You get my point? The world is looking at a so-called pastor doing all of these things that involves corruption. Let me tell you guys why. This is not a matter of whatever. Let me tell you, if you want to know how possible it is to sit down in the bush in Awuchi and get police to arrest somebody in Abuja for you, let me tell you guys, it involves a lot of corruption. It involves a lot of corruption. You heard what he said. Even if you want to claim defamation, it's not an arrestable offense. You have to take somebody to court. It's a civil matter. Take them to court, let the court decide. So for a policeman to arrest somebody when the person is not supposed to be arrested, for you to understand how much corruption is involved, call the police and tell them to go and arrest somebody for you. You see how they will laugh you out of the station. I'm talking of even going to the station. Call them on the phone and say, I want you to arrest somebody. See how possible it is. It is not achievable without money changing hands. It is not achievable. We all know that. For Suleman to achieve it, money must have changed hands. And for him to do that, or let me say, if he did that, right? What is that then? That is corruption. If you're paying the police to arrest somebody for you for a crime that is not an arrestable offense, if you had to pay them to do it, you as a pastor is playing a part in corruption. Is that a Christian? Is that a man, you say, man of God, a pastor? How does that look as a so-called pastor in the eyes of the world, that a so-called pastor is playing a part in corruption, and a Muslim, the Muslim woman they show there, played a part in her release. Played a part in his release. So the world is now looking, and they are seeing what a so-called pastor is doing, and they see what a Muslim did. On a normal ground, would that not make the person feel like, if this is how Christians act, I'd rather be a Muslim? So then, is somebody like Suleman actually playing a role in promoting Christianity? Or is he playing a role in making people feel like Christianity is not the right way? You know what that man said, where people will say, don't talk about pastor. We get it here all the time. You make a video, people say, touch not my anointed. Touch not my anointed. You cannot talk to a pastor. You cannot talk about a pastor. You know, what was it called now? You're not the God that called them. Leave the God that called them to deal with them. I always reply to them, I said, the same way you want us to leave the pastors to God, the same way leave my videos to God. Let God come and, why are you commenting? Why are you complaining? Leave God to come and complain. Since we want to leave everything to God, let's leave it to God. Is that not how the country is effed up? Everything, people are waiting for God to come down from the sky to come and do everything for the country. You see an injustice. I asked somebody once, I said, if that person was your sister or that person was your brother, will you say leave it to God? You will go to sleep and say nobody should talk about it. Leave it to God. Will you do that? And this is supposed to be a pastor. You need to sit down and process it and ask yourself, people like this, is the devil not using them to make Christianity not appealing to the world? Because you have to tell me, see, let me tell you something. Is it that it's God that is working in something, or is the devil? There are two, evil or good. So if what Suleman is doing is evil, who is he working for? Definitely not God. Definitely not God. So is he bringing people to Christianity, or is he going to be chasing people away from Christianity? This man is not the only pastor in Nigeria. He's always in the news for so many negative stories. Always in the news for so many negative stories. Thank God this time around. You know, I made a video. It's funny how sometimes I make a video and then something happens. And I'm like, wow. It's like what I said. You understand? Because I literally made that video and I said, all it takes is somebody to rise up one day and say, enough is enough of this Suleman thing. I pray and I look forward to the day where someday, I'm looking forward to someday when somebody will be in authority to say, you know what, Suleman, enough is enough. That's all it takes. This man is not even a politician. All it takes is one person to wake up one day and say, you know what? You have been in the news for the longest time. There is no reason why any Nigerian should be afraid of you. And that person will put a stop to it. That is my dream. Let me say another one now, actually. I pray and hope for the day that it will no longer even just be somebody saying enough is enough. I wait for the day that Suleman will be brought to books. Like, I look forward to the day that somebody will be in power that will make Suleman come to court to answer for a lot of these things that has happened. For the day that Suleman will be brought in a court of law, and a lot of his alleged victims can come and in a civilized society would have happened. The day that all of these so-called victims, I pray for that day, that they would, alleged victims can come and face him in court. And hopefully there can be justice. But let me tell you guys, even if it never happens, let me tell you one of the consolations that I have. I always make video now and I say it. I'm becoming more and more conscious of mortality. When I see people like Ada Ame, and people that just dropped dead, they went to bed or never woke up or whatever. It is making, I am not a kid, right? I'm not a kid. Small 50 go reach here. The age of 50 is not far away. But mortality is more on my mind because I'm no longer a kid. Let's put it that way. But let me tell you guys one thing. Even if money and whatever can make Suleman unquestionable or never come, brought to proper justice, stuff like that. And even if nobody ever stops him, there is one guarantee. At least one day, that thing called death will stop him. One day, no matter what he thinks that he's unstoppable, one day be one day. You see that thing they call death? It will come one day and it will stop him. It will stop him because nobody's going to be around forever. Suleman will not be around forever. I remember there was a video I made a while back, months ago, and I said that, you see, one of the problems is what money can do. Because there are a lot of things that Suleman has been accused of or things that he has done, the ones we've seen, like Ibze Balogo, a YouTuber was picked up. Simply because this YouTuber said that the miracle, Suleman claimed that he was able to do a miracle and money will fall into people's accounts. And this YouTuber made a video and said that it's not possible. And Suleman got this YouTuber picked up. It was all over the news in Nigeria until people rallied around and got him out. Let me tell you guys what I think is one of his biggest downfalls is that he's collected a lot of tithes and offerings. And money can make people feel, in my language they say, akunesio bike. Typically it's said actually in a positive way because the translation is wealth makes the heart strong. Or you can say makes the heart brave. Because the way sometimes if you have money, you have the confidence to do this and do that because I have the money, I can do this. Typically it's supposed to be a positive thing. Because the poor man sometimes not the get liver. You know what I mean? There's some places a poor man cannot even approach because it's like, it's for, but a rich person can just walk up there because that confidence that I have the money, I have the money, I can do this, I can do that. But unfortunately, for people like Suleman, it's on the other side of it. It is on the negative side. Because of this availability of money, tithes and offerings and seeds and whatever, the money is so available. And he knows. Like a YouTuber once said that he said, when I quoted somebody, I quoted, that he said that everyone has a price. Everyone has a price. Police has a price. Lawyers have a price. Judges have a price. This has, all of those, it's only in Nigeria. Come abroad and try to do everything has a price. Try to give a policeman money. You'll be locked up for trying to even give a policeman money. Right? Now, that money gives him confidence that is leading him on this path. I made a video which I said it. That is leading him on this path. And in my last video I said, I don't speak to, I can make video, I don't see me trying to speak to Suleman's conscience. I said you cannot speak to someone's conscience when they don't have it. You don't do that. You only speak to the conscience of someone that has a conscience. But at the same time, all this availability of money, there are so many poor people in Dawuchi, poor people in his church. The Joseph that is being picked up, when Joseph was living with him, his salary was 7,000 naira. And this man is owning private jets or whatever he's owning. Salary of a houseboy was 7,000 naira. And yet, see the way he's spending money on arresting people and doing this and doing that. right? Let me just say it. I think I'll end this video here. But I'll end this video here. My consolation, and I think it should be our consolation, not just mine, is the fact that even if nobody can stop Suleman, even if nobody can put a stop to the actions of Suleman, there's one thing that is guaranteed to put a stop to the actions of Suleman. You know that thing called Yoruba will call it, my language will call it Yoruba call it Iku. And the Englishman calls it death. Nobody knows how long we all have to live. It may be soon, it may be a long time, it may tarry, but it's guaranteed that the actions of Suleman must come to end someday. I'll leave this video here. As always, whatever your opinions are, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. With that, I'm going to say thank you for watching. Until the next time, guys. Bye-bye. Bye.